Would you please stand if you have ever done one or more of the following? If you took on a challenge to master self-government in the classroom, I wonder why you did that in the first place, please stand. If you have ever reenacted the First Continental Congress, please stand. If you have ever researched, wrote, and performed scenes on the life of Abraham Lincoln, or were Abraham Lincoln, please stand. If you have ever stood in front of a class, debated key topics in American history, waiting for it to be over, please stand. And last but not least, if you have ever read, studied, lost sleep, and wrote in a booklet that looks something like this, please stand. And I'm going to say, great work. These students are wonderful, and they've been through quite a bit. But there are a couple students, well, let me start here. Since freedom is the key element to America's foundation, there are 3 students who have used their freedom this year to reach above and beyond anything I could have ever expected. And there are 3 students that I have a feeling they're probably not going to stop. And this is called the Scholars on the Rise Award, and I only can give 3, there are more. But would you please, with Camille Zuniga, Hunter Ferris, and Di Daly, please. We're missing a couple of our scholars. Camille, the booklet. This was something from my heart to you guys, and it was a choice of whether or not to take on the challenge to climb a mountain. You couldn't see the top until you got to the end, unfortunately. And there were many students that took that to heart and did a wonderful job. When I read Camille, I started. My heart, I couldn't contain the joy. The pages were full with quotes, thoughts, down the sides, in the margins, every single place that she could put something, she put her thoughts and words, and I think it could have probably gone beyond with what I saw. And I just want to thank you for digging so deep and reaching so far, and for all of you who took that challenge. I love you.
Students to come up: Cherokee Pope, Jared Bradsher, Nathan Tibbetts, Callie Size, Bella Lucas, James Deacon, Hannah Parker, and Katie Johnson. The first semester we had every day an hour and a half of studying the principles of liberty and the Constitution of the United States. And, normally I could just look at grades, generally maybe in categories, and see who our top students were. But this year was different because there were so many. I had to drill down into some of their paperwork and make decisions. The total number of points were exactly the same by 2 of these students. It was recognized, and some writers have said this at the time, that the most able scholar of the whole Revolutionary and colonial period was Thomas Jefferson. So I would like to award the most able scholar award, the Thomas Jefferson Award, to the 2 top students of my government class first semester. That's Katie Johnson and Hannah Parker. This second second semester, we've been involved in my class, and a number of things have happened there. The last couple of months, these young people have been involved in a constitutional simulation convention. And it hasn't always been nice, as it wasn't in the original convention. But there are some, there are some that I would like to mention. And we not only dealt with the federal constitution, but also our state constitution. So I'd like to recognize a few for their contributions. First of all, George Mason was a person who was known of remarkable steady powers, strong powers, firm in his principles. Matter of fact, he felt so strongly about one subject, he refused to sign the Constitution because it wasn't in there, and it was later put in. So I award this incredible, the memory of this incredible man, George Mason, the George Mason Award to Jared Bradshaw. Then there was a man in the original convention that loved to talk. As a matter of fact, it was known that he gave more speeches on the floor of the convention than anyone else. However, he was pretty good at it. He only had one good leg. The other one he lost in an accident, and so he just kept a wooden leg and was very proud of it. But this is Gouverneur Morris. Gouverneur Morris loved to talk, to debate. He had a comment on everything. This young person also served as the secretary of our convention this year because of his incredible computer skills. I award the Gouverneur Morris Award to Nathan Tibbetts. There was a man in the original convention by the name of William Patterson. He was from New Jersey. William Patterson, you wouldn't know it just by looking at him, that's what it was said. But when he opened his mouth, it was incredible wisdom that came out of it. It said, one person wrote, one of those kind of men whose powers break in upon you and create wonder and astonishment. This is a person who kind of had a favorite theme for sometimes in our convention, and even when I invited people to come in and speak, she would always quiz that person on a particular subject. Yeah. So I would like to give the William Patterson Award to Callie Sugg. Yeah, she knows more about light rail than we all probably want to know. Then there's a person who seemed to be involved in everything. Roger Sherman was from Connecticut in the original convention. He was the only American to sign the Declaration of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Convention, and the Constitution of the United States. And I would like to give this award to Bella Lucas. Now, there was one of us in the group that was pretty good at identifying principles and concepts behind things. And this is Alexander Hamilton. It was said of him, there is no skimming over the surface of the subject. He must sink to the bottom to see what foundation it rests on. And if anyone has tried to read the Federalist Papers, you know what we're talking about with the writing of Alexander Hamilton. I'd like to give the Alexander Hamilton Award to James Dean. Now there's one person up here without an award, and I would like to give her the William Pierce Award. Let me tell you about William Pierce. He was in the original convention.